Okay, so I'm gonna have to do another correction here. Cause I fucked this up here. Yeah, I messed up on this part of the video here.
He puts Seleucus the first to death. So let me a second. He puts
On the hour 19-minute mark here.
eventually telling me the first older son puts half brother up and telling me the second. Feel it this.
So we were on verse. Let me check this. We were on verse 4. Actually, no, Slovakia. We were on verse 5. And I was basically said something that really didn't make too much sense to me as I listened to it. So yeah, Slovakia. Yeah, basically on this part, I was reading off of my notes, and it just didn't make sense the way I said it.
Kyranos, the younger brother. He puts Seleucus the first son puts half brother up and telling me this.
So we were on that verse there that I said earlier. And then I ended up skipping a bit. On this part here, I said something about... We were on verse... Basically, I'll just go back to it and read it. But basically, what I was trying to say was that... Yeah, we were on verse 4. No, Slovakia. We were on verse 5. It's basically going into... in the kingdom of the south, which was Antigonus, shall be strong, and one of his princesses... I mean, the kingdom of the south was Ptolemy, and one of his princesses there was Seleucus the first Nicator. And he shall be strong above him, and have dominion, and his dominion shall be a great dominion. How Seleucus the first had a greater dominion. Or basically, Antigonus had a greater dominion, basically. And then I basically was on this part.
As we get through the more half brother up and telling me the second. Philadelphia and 200 cavalry. Eventually, Ptolemy the first older son puts half brother up and Ptolemy the second. Philadelphia is the one that will actually rule. It's half brother up and Ptolemy the second. He puts Seleucus the first to death.
I was basically saying that it didn't make sense the way I wrote it down. But basically, what I was trying to say is that I'll go back to it here.
800 infantry and 200 cavalry. Eventually, Ptolemy the First Soldier's son put.
I was basically trying to say eventually Ptolemy the First Soldier's son, Ptolemy II Philadelphia is the one that rules next over his stead. And then his half-brother, Ptolemy Caranus, Ptolemy II Caranus, kills Ptolemy the First Soter. I mean, Salakia. No, he kills Ptolemy, and Seleucus the First Soter.
200 cavalry. Eventually,
Seleucus the First Nicator. Yeah, Ptolemy the Second Caranus assassinates Seleucus the First Nicator. Seleucus the First Nicator gets put to death by Ptolemy the Second Caranus, half-brother of Ptolemy II Philadelphia, is the one that actually rules after their father, Ptolemy I Soter.
.200 cavalry. Eventually, Ptolemy the First Soldier's son put.
So when I said it here, what I said here the way I said it didn't make sense and it didn't come out right. And so that's what I noticed and had to correct that.
It's a half-brother of Ptolemy II. Philadelphia is the one that will actually rule. It's a half-brother of Ptolemy II. He puts Seleucus the First to death.
Yeah, because the way I said that did not make any sense. So Salakia, that was on me. But basically, because it came off confusing because basically, once again, I said the way I said it didn't make any sense. Salakia, the way I said it didn't make any sense. You had the first two, Ptolemy the First Soter and Seleucus the First Nicator. They were the friends of Alexander. And then Ptolemy the First Soter has peace with his friend of Seleucus the First Nicator. Then Ptolemy the First Soter chooses his son Ptolemy II Philadelphia. And what I said did not make any sense because I put the way it was worded. I had to look back and change it. I said eventually Ptolemy the First Soter's son puts half-brother of Ptolemy II Philadelphia. And then I skipped. It just didn't make sense the way. Simply put it, the way I said the sentence didn't make sense. But yeah, I basically just explained it just now.
To death. Yeah, he put Seleucus the First to death. His name was Ptolemy the Second. Kyranos, the younger brother.
And I said he's the younger brother, which wasn't even true either. So I might just have to restart this breakdown because I fucked it up. The way I put my sentences and when I was taking notes, and it just didn't come out right. I might just have to restart this whole breakdown with the brother. Because the way I said things didn't even make sense. I was looking at my notes. And this was on me, to be honest.
And also, as we get through more of this...
Yeah, the way I said this, broke this down, didn't even make any sense because I made mistakes. I fucked it up. I might just have to tell the brother to delete the video he made and that we originally started the first take and restart the whole thing. Salakia. Shalom, that was it. Just showing you how important the breakdowns are and how we can't be fucking them up. We gotta know what the fuck we're saying. And in my case, I didn't even know what the fuck I was saying. And I fucked up the Salaki. I fucked up the breakdown. I'm the one who fucked it up. But the brother, they did certain he made one mistake to my recollection. He made one mistake. But it's because I was confusing him and not doing my part as the head of the camp. I wasn't doing my own part to that. So lucky about that. But that's the point, basically. It just show you brothers too. Newer brothers, older brothers, as well that. Yeah, the breakdowns are important. We can't be fucking them up. But that's Shalom. That's the end of. That's basically the point. Shalom.